so that those that can't, there we go. Yeah, so you will be able to, rewatch this or share with friends or peers that you think might like to join the program. And we'll also share with anyone that can't join tonight. So yeah, I think happy to kick off. Welcome everyone. Lovely to meet you. I'm Fiona, part of the hands-on team, and we are here representing right across the organization, across programming, volunteer engagement, and our wonderful executive director, Kath, is joining us to share details about the program. So I'd love to hand over to my colleagues Wingy and Bia to say hello.
Hi, 大家好啊！ Try to represent Hands-On as a very language inclusive organization. So we're gonna use Canto to say hi. So 大家好啊，我係 Bia。咁我同事 Wingy 咧，咁啊好高興可以今日用呢種方式見到大家嘅。咁我哋兩位咧之後就會係呢個服務計劃嘅主要嘅執行者啦。咁啊相信之後都會有好多機會去再見到各位嘅。咁啊首先好多謝大家參加今日呢一個諮詢會嘅。咁啊，好似阿 Fiona 啱啱提及啦，咁我呢個 session 會 record 咗嘅，咁之後咧Winnie 就會 send 多個 follow up email 俾到大家作為一個參考。咁如果大家今日有啲咩問題想問嘅話咧，都係利用下面呢個 chat box 嘅 function 咧去留低你哋嘅問題啦，可以用英文又好，中文又好，我哋Winnie 就會負責搜集翻大家一個問題嘅。咁最後 Q&A session 嗰度咧，我哋就會統一咁樣回答翻大家個問題嘅。咁當然你話啊，我想開麥嚟講嘅，no problem。咁大家都可以喺個 Q&A 嘅 session 咧開麥同我哋同事互動啦。咁我哋都會將大家嘅疑問去解答翻嘅。咁 OK，交翻個時間俾 Fiona。Here Fiona heading back to you. I just finished.
Great, great. Yes, fantastic, Bia. And just to echo what my sort of listening skills are telling me, that's absolutely right. Tonight's session is going to be about 30 minutes. We're going to introduce a program, our new volunteer leadership program called LeadOn Hong Kong. There will be time at the end to take questions. Along the way, please feel free to put these into the chat. And we can start to think about those and collate them, and they will be responded to as we go on. Yeah, so without further ado, I'd love to hand over to Kath, Hands-On's Executive Director, who's going to share a little bit about this exciting program.
Thank you so much, Fiona and Bia, and it's absolutely fantastic to see so many of you on the call tonight and to have had such a strong interest to this, our first information session for this program. I'm just going to go full screen. Can everybody see that? I'll look to my team to say all good. So this is the launch of LeadOn Hong Kong. Skills for your purpose, for your future, purpose in your community, leading with hands-on. This is a program that we are launching with the support of the HKEX Foundation. And as you know, I know many of you will be well aware, these kind of exciting programs, to get them off the ground takes time and resources, and an investment and programming. And so it really isn't possible to do that without the support of an organization like HKEX Foundation. Super exciting. And we also think there's going to be some fantastic opportunities to do some training in their spaces and learn from people in their team and really bring them into this experience this journey that we're on. So with that said, I'm going to kick off. So we're aware that, we've got a really varied group on this call tonight. We've got some regular volunteers who know us well, and we have some people who maybe have volunteered before with not hands-on, and some people that are starting completely new. So we're going to introduce ourselves, why we developed this program, what it involves, how you apply, and then we really want to leave time for your questions, and that will be a bilingual Q&A session as the team shared. So first, a little bit about us. We are a charity that's been running in Hong Kong for close to 18 years. We're part of a global network of volunteer mobilizing organizations. Our mission is empowering everyone to build a better Hong Kong through volunteering. And our vision is for a Hong Kong where no charity serves alone. And, our everyone is very deliberate. We want to empower people of all ages, backgrounds, walks of life, stages in their career. And this program is really an encapsulation of that. So as some of you will have known, the sort of the hub where most of our programs live is the Hands on Hong Kong website. Around 200 programs a month that you can get hands-on with there. Last year, close to 5,000. And we just want to make it really easy for people to take that first step. And then the next level really is leading and becoming an extension of our team and advocates for the community. And that's what we're talking about tonight. And our charity partners, close to 150 local organizations, we are serving them together, uplifting their causes, championing and uplifting their service users. And this is a Hong Kong-wide volunteerism movement that we power together for them and their causes. I wanted to just spend a moment because this will be so much, still on everyone's mind, and it's going to come up as a theme in the programming that's created that you guys are leading. It's the ongoing typo relief efforts. I was actually in Taipo, just yesterday, walking around one of the wet markets with one of our close partners, the Taipo Baptist Church Social Service, and the ripple effect of this tragedy is still being felt, and it's still unfolding in different ways. So we're joining hands. You can see here everything that we do with Hands On. We don't do anything alone. In partnership with these frontline organizations and more, we have been distributing appliances and resources to households directly affected by the Wang Fuk tragedy. Next Monday, we're actually delivering new bedding and supplies. Our team's going out and doing that. Also, I think something that continues to be very pressing is building the capacity of the social sector, the social workers, the counselors, the teachers that are every day supporting the typo community. And that is meaning that we need to bolster their efforts. They need to grow their teams. We need to walk alongside their teams. We need to continue supporting those charities. So, you'll keep following sort of our Instagram to see what we're doing, how you can get involved. This is a long-term rebuilding of a community, and we're in that together. Just collective impact, because everything that we do is a citywide effort. As I mentioned, last year we uplifted 70,000 people through hands-on programs, more than 5,000 programs, 17,000 plus volunteer opportunities. And really, none of this is possible without committed volunteers. And, particularly, our team is small. We are a self-funded charity ourselves. Our team of 13 people. With this number of programs, we can only scale and deepen our impact with the support of volunteer leaders. And that is the role that we envision each and every one of you being able to step into. So why LeadOn Hong Kong? What is it all about? Firstly, the needs are great. We need leadership more than ever. And I'll let you just, you can digest these yourselves, but I think many of you would be aware of the huge wealth gap that exists in Hong Kong. 1.39 million people living below the poverty line. Loneliness, well-being, the things that are affecting community members. It goes from the physical, the environmental, just to that emotional and that social connection. So we always say that there is no replacement for human connection, and there is no one better poised than volunteers to bring the support that Hong Kongers need. When you zoom in on the kinds of charities that we work with, and actually, this is not such an unusual snapshot of the sector at large. So you'll see close to 50% of the charities that we work with have less than 10 staff. Some of them have no full-time staff. and close to 60% are operating on budgets of less than 5 million Hong Kong dollars a year. So that's a shoestring budget. And, we often try to bring to light, a typical charity that we would be supporting through this program. We have partners lined up and poised, ready to go. They might be 5 individuals running a center at the bottom of a housing estate, looking after the well-being of 500 chronically ill elderly, 3 social workers. Again, Type Home magnifies these needs. They cannot do it alone. They were not meant to do it alone, and they count on volunteers. But often these charities are too small to develop programs, train volunteers, deploy people where they're needed, secure the funding that's needed, and that is the role that Hands on Hong Kong plays. So when we look at you, a lot of you on this call, we've gone out broader with this group, but the design of this program, we were really looking at sort of the 18 to 35-year-old group, because we see you. We see your passion to serve. We see how regularly and readily you are getting involved in our programs, but we're not seeing you take up volunteer leader roles quite as often as we believe you could. And when you come out to serve, the connections you make, the passion you bring, and the energy you show up with is transformational. So we want you to do more. We want you to go deeper. We also know, and we know from looking at the profile of people on this call, many of you are at university, or you're on that cusp of looking for jobs, or you might be actively looking for jobs, or just starting in your career. It is not easy. We see you, we applaud you, and we know some of the challenges that you guys are facing, and it is unprecedented. The kind of extreme selectiveness that employers are taking as they look at talent, fresh graduates, and right through. We see the functions that are being replaced by AI. It's unprecedented. And we also know that, the rise of sort of personal branding and profile building through, say, LinkedIn, means that our footprints are out there before we've even started. So 94% of hiring managers are really looking closely at our LinkedIn footprint, and they're looking for standout applicants, but you maybe haven't had the chance or the opportunity to fully spread your wings as greatly as you would like, because you're just starting out. You haven't had all those opportunities yet. It's also a time, as we sift through this complexity of the times that we're in, we just, as nonprofit leaders, as mobilizers and believers of volunteers, we just keep coming back to the humanity of all of this. We see this every day at Hands On. Relational, communicational skills, bridging divides. This is part of the culture at Hands On Hong Kong, but it's now being recognized on the global stage. And we look a lot at Harvard Business Review for our own learning and development. I actually had the chance to go there and study there on a scholarship. As technical complexity rises, the glue, and this is talking about talent, the glue that keeps us together, that sets unique talent apart, is social skill, communication, empathy, conflict resolution, coordinating others. I look at that, we could be talking about running a volunteer program. The lens, the layers are so direct. This is what is needed to thrive today. We look then at what, recruiters, sort of career placement experts, are saying about these sort of unprecedented markets. As AI takes over some of the transactional, the value of human-centric skill is rising. Relationships, communication, authenticity, these are our key differentiators. And guess what? This is at the heart of what it is to be a volunteer and to lead and inspire and mentor other volunteers. So this leads to the ethos of LeadOn Hong Kong. What is it? What does it involve? So I'm just going to read this because Fiona and her team have crafted it, and it really is, this is our vision statement. In a rapidly evolving workforce, success for young people depends not just on technical expertise, but the ability to connect, adapt, and lead. At the same time, our social sector needs our best and brightest young minds to help tackle today's unprecedented challenges. The needs evolve, and so must our leaders. So through this program, we are providing not just, I know a lot of you, you're so well studied, you're so academic, you're so well versed, but you hear a lot of theory or you hear a lot of guidance, but we want to give you the real world applications to practice these skills, use these skills, apply these skills for the betterment of our community through structured training, through hands-on leadership experience, volunteering, and the proof will be in the pudding because you will impact your community. So you're here for the community, but we want people that go on that journey with us to grow and to thrive. You will see in a moment, so I'm going to hand over to the team shortly. There is a roadmap and a journey that has been laid out for this program. The part that I'm involved in and that I'm really excited to be allowed to lead and to run the first few of these trainings is the training module that really is looking into the soft skills that underpin volunteer management, volunteer leadership. We've got a date for the first training. I know some of you are applying already. We're looking at Saturday, the 14th of March, 10 a.m. kickoff at KPMG's office in Princess Building in Central. They're one of our key partners. And I want to, in this session, give you a good idea of the skills that we're going to cover. So this is the curriculum that we've built. We're actually going to start with an exercise that really looks at your core values, what you stand for. We're going to talk about what some of those values are. We're going to talk about our personal values within our team. We're going to look at the hands-on values. I wish that someone had said to me as I embarked in my career, think about your bottom line, think about your non-negotiables, think about what you stand for, and just go out into the world knowing that. And we think that is a gift for volunteers, for leaders, for individuals, for everyone. We're then going to deep dive into modules that look specifically at empathy, feedback, praise, all the components of empathy, active listening, and the power of being a good listener and how that affects people around you at programs, at work, in life, what it is to have a growth mindset, adaptability, curiosity, lifelong learning, positivity, solutions-oriented thinking. And we're going to look at the power of authenticity. And again, we can't be authentic until we know what it is that we truly care about and what we truly stand for. And we talk a lot in our team about the why, persuasion through storytelling. And I just want to say, all of those modules, these are actually things that we practice and uphold and we train ourselves to get comfortable with within the Hands-on Hong Kong team. So these practices are embedded within our culture. We actively seek training opportunities and they underpin the way that we operate. They underpin the way that we communicate with our volunteers. And we go to places like Harvard and Chicago Booth and Jockey Club training opportunities to flex these skills. And we believe that everybody deserves to, early or later in their lives, have the opportunity to understand the importance of these intangible soft skills and to practice them in a safe and supported place and then use them for good, but use them for yourselves. We want to give you our experiences and what we've seen and what we believe is important, and you take it with you and you do with it what you will. And through the training, we're going to look at scenario simulations, role playing, challenge statements, recording each other to see how we feel when we see each other played back live. These are all great training experiences that we've had the benefit to take part in. And a key part of the training will also be how to run a program. What is actually expected of you at a program, taking attendance, briefing, safeguarding, upholding the hands-on code of conduct. And we want to equip you to go out and lead. And all of this will be documented. There will be handouts that you can take away with you. And so you go and you take that theory to practice. Okay, enough talking from me. I'm going to hand over to Bia.
Thank you, Kath. So now it's my part to share a little bit of the details in the picture of each of the pillar that we are inviting all of you to apply. So we are under this program, we have 3 different pillars for you guys to choose from. So the very first one is the art talents, which means that you will be acquiring skills of applying different multiple art forms into interactive art activities for the vulnerable groups. And in that case, you'll be able to create a very safe environment for them to have emotional healing and encourage them to have their emotion expressions. As Kath has mentioned, that we work with so many smaller charities. They are struggling with the cutting budget from the government, from the market. They're struggling with filling out their schedules with the diverse services because it requires resources and manpower. And you are the one to fill out the gaps and take the lead. And also don't forget that you're not only supporting the vulnerable groups, but you're also supporting the volunteers. So you will be stepping in as a leaders for the sessions. And we hope that during that sessions, you'll be able to make a deeper connection with the vulnerable groups, angel partners, volunteers, and hands-on, and within your communities. And then for the gardening talents, you're creating the same impact as the art ones, but definitely you're acquiring different skills, which is the gardening skills and the specific skills of developing workshops. So Urban Oasis is one of our partners to be our trainers and also the venue facilitators because they own a very big organic farm, but they only run by 2 full-time staff. So you, after the training, you will be invited to support these gardens and also give them a chance to understand the nearby communities and work with them to develop workshops and providing for the people who live that communities. So what you have learned and developed in that Urban Oasis Compass, you'll be able to support our hands-on angel partners while they have some needs for the gardening workshops and experience. We hope that this lifelong gardening skills will give you a more sustainable lifestyle, a concept in your daily practice. Don't forget, you're creating the same impact as the art track. So for board game, very obviously board game. It sounds like relatively easy. You'll be trained into deliver games for children and elderly. Not really easy. Because in this track, you will be serving the elderly with dementia symptoms and also children from low-income families, and most of them have special needs. So while during this process, you acquire the knowledge in dementias and skills at playing and facilitating games and targeting those symptoms. And also you need to really understand how to adjust the game level based on the participants' capacity. And children, obviously, knowledge in working with children, storytelling skills, and master curriculum of combining the games and stories together to help them learn English. So it's a very interesting experience because you're serving different vulnerable groups, and you'll be able to see the improvements for your participants after multiple sessions. And compared to the other track, you will be able to meet a relatively larger amount of public volunteers in your experience for this track. So on top of these 3 tracks, we are really hope that you will be able to develop a whole community. So hands-on team will step in to create a WhatsApp communities that encourage very efficient communications, and we will also organize a regular gathering for all of you. So this is a screenshot for the path to leadership. So you will see a very quick glance. You will see it's a very simple step, and then the real world applications will be accompanied by hands-on team. So no worries, we will be there all the time. And we hope that you guys will be graduate as hands-on volunteers in the future. So next slide. So this is a very specific schedule for your reference that you will have an idea what it's expected in the upcoming months. So in February will be application time, apply, and then we will finish the selections. And then also you will receive confirming outcomes as in a rolling basis. And also the March 14th will be the soft skills training, and then we are aiming to finish every tracks training within March. And in April, it's a practicing time. So our team will head out to the communities with you to conduct 1 or 2 shadowing sessions. And then up April onwards will be your flying time. So we will provide it with different service dates and you will pick the ones that fit into your schedule, and that is your journey started. Okay. So next one, I will head it back to Fiona to share a bit more.
Thank you, Bia and Kath. And wow, a truly packed schedule, but why? Because we just know how important it is to build skills and to grow your potential. And don't take our word for it. This is Julie, one of our close partners at FWD Insurance, a Pan-Asian, very innovative group here in Hong Kong. And she puts character and soft skills and leadership at the heart of her employment strategy. So this is from the very start, recruitment, straight through to interviews, to the way that they develop the people. Volunteering, once you're in the organization, remains a key part of what they do every day. We also spoke to Alfred Lam, who, if you've been a follower of Hands On for some time, you may have seen him or come across him. He's represented Hands On for a couple of years, and he really started with a passion and ambition to help out in his community. Since stepping up as one of our youth volunteer leaders a couple of years ago, he then has taken that right through into his student life. He's now practicing medicine at the University of Hong Kong. And I know I just really wanted to share that as someone, as a testimonial of someone who's really, used volunteering to grow personally and professionally, and now in his future career. So for you, for everybody on this call, or for some of the, I know we've got some university leaders here and some education leaders. We really want to share with you exactly what you'll get from the program. We know it's a very hands-on schedule, tangible items that you'll be able to take away, fully accredited certification, skills for your CV, talking points for interviews, which are just as important, and that all important community of not just contacts, peers, people in the industries, but real friends, and having a network to rely on for your future. And so, yes, we can go to the next one. If that's something that you think you would love to get involved in, applying is super easy. As Bia mentioned, we'd love to get applications in by the 28th of February. Spaces for this cohort are very limited as we launch the first few programs. So get your application in, use it as a chance to really share with us exactly why you're made for this program. So go to Hands On Hong Kong website. You'll see very clearly the LeadOn Hong Kong campaign. Apply now, and yeah, we'd love to see it. It will be us at the end of that application form, ready to review whenever it comes in. And so I am gonna hand over to our lovely Wing Yi, or just sort of take the time together to take any questions, and feel free to share them in the chat or unmute.
Yeah, it seems that we share too much information in this call. Perhaps, yeah, I guess volunteers may need some time to digest and also process. Yeah, but no worries, we still have time for this call. So feel free to unmute yourself or leave your questions in the chat box in English or Chinese. We will answer your questions. 係啦，我諗大家可能都需要啲時間消化一下你頭先分享嘅資訊啦。咁如果譬如廣東話嘅聽眾可能有啲問題，頭先英文聽得唔係好清楚，想用中文問嘅都歡迎嘅，可以隨時開咪講啦，或者喺留言chat box 嗰度打出嚟都可以嘅。Yeah, we got our first questions to ask about if we have any interviews for candidate selection.
Maybe I
Yeah,
step.
yeah,
Sorry,
go for it,
Sophie,
Bea.
please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, we're too kind. Um, yes, we at this current stage the app interviews are not required. Um, the application form it is sort of a digital interview where we've asked quite a few key questions that would be yeah important to whoever we pick to join the program. Yeah. Is it possible to, yeah, go on, Bea.
We will not recommend it because the time is quite tight. The schedule is packed. So if you're registered for more than 2 tracks, we will not able to attend those training session, which is could be possibly clashed. And the hours, because you can tell from the slides, is quite high. So I would largely recommend just pick your favorite one, and then try that one first, and then you will be able to support to see what's coming up. I cannot
Yeah.
join the introduction
And I
workshop.
would just add to that, if you're not sure which track you'd like to join in the application, you can say you've got no preference. So, or you can choose two or one,
Yeah.
and yeah, the team will be allocated.
Yes, yes. Because we have a ranking for your preference, so we will adjust. Second one, if we cannot join the introduction workshop, you mean the soft skills one on March 14, Kiki? No worries. I think that one, because we also for that one, we're particularly looking for some in offline workshop, so we'll make sure that you can attend it. And that one is regular running. So there will be upcoming sessions in the future. So it's okay for this one, but you have to attend one in your future committed time. So we will share you the updated days in the upcoming months. So you'll be if that would be possible to fit into a schedule, just go for the next one. Awesome.
Yeah. And just answering Jamie Lee's question, which is a great question. This program has been designed in person with a balance of virtual and digital training where we can appropriately. But in order to get the most out of this program, we would need in-person attendance. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the volunteer participants. For the question from B5, we are targeting the age range, and we don't have a very preference on the backgrounds, but we are welcome everybody who are interested and have the time to support. So I won't say there are the mostly university or students we not know yet because we haven't finished the recruitment time. So maybe after first round we will have a rough idea. So which sources we will get the most applicants.
Yeah. And taking Emily's question, which is a great point, currently studying overseas and unable to join this intake, can I join further rounds? Absolutely, yes. And yeah, we'll be recruiting year long at later points in the year. So
Yeah.
we'd love to see you in another cohort.
Yeah, and then feel free to still submit your applicants because once you early submit it, we will just make it as the first come, first serve. So if you are already submitted in this round, but you said that you're not able to join this round, you have to join the later this year, you mark it, then we will just make it as the first priority in the later rounds. you if I education in education related. So I will take the next one. So volunteer in education related activities with kids. I think the art ones and the board game one would be perfectly a link with what you have experienced. Because that two tracks will be interactive with the elderly centers and children centers, and later on we could possibly involve women centers and as time goes. But I would say that two tracks, art and board games, will be very strongly linked to what you wanted to practice. Second session during the summer for overseas students return to. We do have the batch in March because the cohort is running as 3 months, which is quarterly, I would say. So there would be timing that during summer. But to see if that would really fit into your summers, please wait for our announcement because we haven't confirmed the training days for the second batch. Train. Oh, very recently. So I'm reading the my you give me some minutes. Um
Yeah, I'll just skip ahead to answer a couple questions, but that's a really nice sort of insight from Mayu there. Is Cantonese a requirement? It's not a requirement. We welcome all backgrounds, but due to the nature of the demographic that we're supporting, we are looking for a higher proportion of Chinese speakers. But English speakers are welcome to join, and the opportunities will also evolve throughout the year in the different cohorts.
I just finished reading my use concept, the message. It's a really nice one. I totally agree. Because this workshop is not able for I totally agree because this workshop is not only for people, the younger generations wanted to acquire more experience building up connections, but also we are trying to support the NGOs. We are targeting children's, youth, targeting elderly, and then that would bring a lot of supports to the connections because especially you are the volunteer leaders. You're stepping in, you come to the center for a few times, people know you, and then that impact is different because people knows you, you build connections, and you will see that improvement. You will see your supports is really play a differences. It's better. It's you will, and also while you are trying to engage the new volunteers to come into your program, come into your sessions, you will see you make friends and you will see there's a whole lot of people sharing the similar values. And you feel like you are the bros empowering others to get into this area. So I would say that it's agree with what you have shared. And how many applicants would you meet? So for now, for the very first batch, so R is 10 volunteers, and then gardening is 10, and then for the board game will be 20. But we will have you heard that we talk saying that this program is running for 2 years, so you will see there's a whole lot of a different batch coming out. It run as quarterly, so you can still submit it, your applicants. We will see you in our database, and then the second batch we will send out. When the second batch confirmed, we will send it out invitation to you. Joining Jamie. After joining the training in person, can I complete the real life application? Oh, okay, I saw that. Okay. Any other
I
questions?
think that was a slightly update. Jamie submitted two questions there. If the training's done in person, Bia, could
Yes.
that volunteer
Oh,
leader then go on to support programs outside of Hong Kong?
it will be a little bit tricky because what we provided this because we are collaborate with our angel partners, we confirm it's a safe environment and it's well organized sessions for our volunteer leaders come in to lead the session and support. So make sure every single step is well organized, protected, and then managed. So we will not recommend your commitment will be outside of Hong Kong during the very early periods, but would And then we will require your committed sessions has to be hosted in Hong Kong. But afterwards, if you wanted to apply your skills in other organizations or outside of Hong Kong, we definitely welcome that because that's what you earn and learn from this program. But for this program period or committed period, we will have to make everything happen in Hong Kong. Is it correct that we all can engage in other volunteer options after? Yes. Is it correct that we are volunteers can engage in other volunteering opportunities after completed one of and 3 of concentration period? Yes. 100%. We want this. This is what we want from the programs. After training, you'll be sent to the field and providing services to the vulnerable groups. We will there's a few of the options for you to choose. Then you will pick the location or the schedule that fit into your arrangement. And then during the time we are sending out. So during your one or first time, there will be staff over there. Hands-on, you will see me or Wing Yi to be on site to support you, and also your friends. Because we're trying to pair up people. So if you're within the same art workshops, you two will be in the art track. So we will try to pair you up as 2-person and come on site. So you don't feel like you're independently leading something that feels scared, but we're trying to get 2 people on site together. And then at the very first beginning experience, we will be there, hands-on team will be there. So make sure that you grow from 0 and then you can fly alone. Thomas, I understand we will get chance to lead community centers. Well, I just wonder if we get Kara out, are we simply trying to support ongoing?
Maybe I could jump in on that one. One of our last questions, so I got the chance to read it. So I think Thomas, it's fantastic. You're talking about carrying out our own initiatives, absolutely, and the team have designed sort of once you go through that like initial little block of training. The reason that we want to bring a cohort into this is so that you guys can divide and conquer. We know that you all have busy lives, so you might end up leading your program sort of twice a month. There should and will be space in your life for all your other passions. So we know people who they're a volunteer leader on one program, but they might also run the community club at their university, or they might also drive CSR initiatives in their workplace. So if you have the passion and desire to run your own initiatives and a pathway to doing that, this does not preclude you from that at all. Hopefully you'd gain some experiences and some insights that would only help you to do that. But this is absolutely not an exclusive commitment to serve only with us, only on this program. Whatever you have space and capacity for in your lives, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Emily's question, will you be offering tracks other than board games, gardening, and expressive arts? I know that this is the plan for this year. So that's the track that we have planned at the moment. I would say that we are looking at the possibility, and I think it's interesting to hear from some of you guys today and be reminded of different schedules and different sort of conflicts you might have. I think one thing that we could look at is opening up this sort of soft skills training to more people who might not be able to join any of the tracks, so that more people can get that sort of program leadership training experience. Because over the 2 years, there might be other needs that evolve beyond these 3 tracks. And you've then already joined that training, because our needs are always evolving. So these tracks have been developed because they're based on needs that our community partners have, and also areas that we have facilitation within that we know are really beneficial. But I think, as you know, we have 200 programs a month happening on our calendar. So I think we have a vision for more people to do that initial 2.5-hour training, then have different experiences, and then be able to go and lead other programs that might be less involved. on different kinds of tracks. So hearing this from you, I think is just strengthening that thought in my mind. So I hope that answers your question.
And I saw a very practical one asking whether the workshop or trainings take place during weekend or weekdays. So for particularly programs like gardening, because it requires 2 full days, it will be at the weekends. And then for some of the training days for art will be weekdays. And then for the board game will be one. I think one in at weekends, but the rest will be during weekdays. The reasons why we're picking weekdays because most of the centers are looking for weekday schedule, which will be quite fit into a regular operation and which is fitting into their huge needs. That's the reasons why we're picking that up.
Love all the questions and the interactivity, guys. That's our favorite kind of session. Maybe for anyone who has other questions, because we're sort of wrapping up now, should we could you pop our email in the group chat so people could drop us a line if they have a question?
Yeah, sure. And I will also send a follow-up email to all the participants today about with our recording, also the slides. Yeah, so if you have any questions after tonight, then you can feel free to email us. Yeah, we will answer you directly.
Shall we do a group photo? But I think many people have left. Guys, do you want to open your camera and then we can do a screenshot? Back to COVID time, but
Yeah, it would be great if anyone wants to
anyone want
jump
to
jump on for a
for
couple
camera
seconds.
open? Oh yes. Oh, that's Brian.
Mhm.
I know some of you might be commuting, but just a quick.
Yeah.
Quick one. Anyone? Oh. Oh no. Oh yes, we got
We've
one.
got Marta. Yay, and
Yay!
Brian.
Yay! Another Brian. Yay!
Thank you,
Oh,
guys.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please
Thank
help share the words. We really want more people to apply because there's a whole lot of batches coming in.
Yeah. Okay, well, we can take a
Should we
little
quickly do
Any more?
one?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks, everyone, and
Oh,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Husseina. Oh, goodness. Thank you. All right.
bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
guys. Take care.
Bye. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Oh.